The North Pole, at the center of the Arctic region, is at the heart of one of the most important geopolitical regions in the entire world, and it's going to become even more important in the years to come. There are 4 million people that live above the Arctic Circle in countries like the United States, Russia, and Canada. But who exactly owns the North Pole and has control over the shipping lanes and resources of the Arctic Ocean is still up for debate. Russia, Canada, and Denmark through Greenland all claim that their territory extends all the way to or even past the North Pole. So who exactly owns the North Pole is a bit of a contentious question. And I could get into the United Nations Convention Law of the Sea and the definitions of what exactly is an extended continental shelf, and I might do that in a future video, but this time I thought we could ask one of its residents, Santa Claus, and that's what I tried to do. But man, is he ever a difficult person to try to find. And trust me, I literally searched all over the world and had a really hard time trying to track him down. But I'll let you in on my theory of which country he lives in. Because if you wanted to send the real Santa Claus a letter these holidays, you're gonna have to send it to Canada. So we all know that Santa Claus lives at the North Pole, but where exactly that's at has always been a little bit of a mystery, because when explorers actually make it to the true North Pole, or even the magnetic North Pole, all there is ice and snow. So I tried to find out where he actually lives for myself, and in trying to figure this out, I figured out that some people have set up a few fakes along the way, so you do have to be careful. First, I went to Rovaniemi in Finland, because I heard there was a Santa Claus Village there, and it's quite fancy looking. It's right on the Arctic Circle, and there's even a Santa's office that you can visit, but the real Santa, he wasn't in. So I kept walking around Rovaniemi, which was a pretty town, but even the reindeers there were fake, and the only elf-looking thing that I saw was this guy. Plus, the whole thing just didn't seem right to me, because I know that Santa Claus lives at the North Pole and not on the Arctic Circle, so Finland Santa had to be an imposter, I thought, and I decided to look further north. So then I traveled up the west coast of Greenland, and while I was there I heard of another Santa Claus Village that could very well be the real one. It's in a town called Uummannaq, which is named after the mountain that it's on, which in Greenlandic means in the shape of a heart. And so I started hiking around the heart to try to find Santa's house, and I even asked the Prime Minister of Greenland to point me in the right direction. But what I quickly learned was that Danish TV producers came here in the 70s and built a set for a TV show about Santa Claus, and that's what's still standing. So there are a lot of older Danish folk that think that Santa Claus's actual house is in Uummannaq, and clearly after coming all this way, I was starting to get a little discouraged, and I thought maybe I could just go to the tip of Canada at Alert to see if there was anything Santa up there, but I quickly learned that to get there you have to be part of the Canadian Armed Forces, and so that wasn't gonna happen. So I came back here to the Canada Explained studios, and I did a little bit of searching on the internet, and here's what I discovered. If I wanted to ask a Santa Claus about the North Pole and where he lives and what country he thinks he's a part of, I could always try the classic way and send a letter. And so to get him that letter, here is the address that I found. It is Santa Claus, North Pole, H0H, 0H0, Canada. So boom, right there, my proof at least that he's from Canada. And so I've got my letter that I'm ready to send, and it says, "Dear Santa, I know the North Pole is super important, which you know because apparently you live there, but people can't find your house, and there's a fake one in Finland, so I wanted to know if that's where you actually lived. And Russia and Greenland both think that the North Pole is in their country, but this letter is addressed to North Pole, Canada. So I wanted to ask you if you were in fact Canadian, or if it's more of a dual citizen kind of thing. Anyways, thank you again for the holiday joy, Gerrit." And I'm gonna mail this letter to Santa Claus, and you can mail yours too, to ask whatever you want, especially, some presents that you might like for the holidays this year. And if you send a letter addressed to Santa Claus before December 10th, 2020 with your return address on it, Canada Post says they'll guarantee a delivery and a response to you before the holidays. So if that's maybe something you wanted to do, or maybe a good activity for you to do with your kids, you can send your Christmas wishes to Santa Claus at the North Pole, HOHOHO, Canada, before December 10th, 2020, and Santa Claus will be sure to write back to you. I'm off to post office.